Well, you gotta put them seatbelts on right now, and remember to hide your cameras while you're watching this video, because what in the flock is going on in United States of America? You don't have to worry about liking or subscribing, because we actually, quite frankly, gotta worry about this. Yeah, check this out, roll it.
People are suspicious about these new AI cameras in their towns. Police officers have reportedly been caught using the cameras to stalk people, including their exes. There have been at least 24 of these alleged stalking cases, and most led back to this one company's cameras, according to a tally by the Institute for Justice.
And I thought that they were just cameras that were monitoring traffic flow, something like that. And I eventually looked into it a little bit deeper. That opened up the rabbit hole.
That's Ben Jordan, a security researcher and one of many residents fighting these cameras.
I do think that it's one of the most important issues in current times.
The cameras are called Flock. You've probably driven past one this week thinking it's a speed camera. But these read your plate, log your car's make, model, color, even its dents, and it's all searchable by police. Flock has another type of camera, Condor, which captures you, using AI to pan and zoom in. And its new software, Nova, lets police search your name or plate and instantly pull up linked vehicles, video.
So back in the days, they would just like eat them donuts while planting their thumbs up their asses and eat donuts all day. But now they're doing that, plus they're flocking around with the Flock cameras. So yo, that's crazy.
It's public records and online data, according to Flock Safety. There's over 120,000 Flock cameras across the US. Flock bundles the whole system into one subscription and sells it to neighborhoods, businesses, and police.
Yo, at this point, America gonna be #1 in this one too, bro. Yeah, it's no longer gonna be China though. China #1 in surveillance, but ooh, China about to be #2 after this one though. 120K, damn, what the hell? And Uncle Tyler apparently went apeshit recording people that, it's not advice though, you should not be doing that, but people out there, they are deflocking them cameras. Check this out, roll it.
Okay, he's going in.
Oh, my camera acting up too.
Camera. The deflocking process has begun. An AI-powered camera that captures and logs every car that drives past it. And there's over 100,000 of them all over America.
Yeah, I just heard.
It is blinking red. Deflocked. Do you think the deflockers will be flocked?
100%.
So flock around and find out?
Yep.
Right. These cameras are...
Yeah, this is not recommended, guys. You should not be seeing a Flock camera and mounting on it while keeping your face hidden and like deflocking. Like, you should absolutely not be doing what this gentleman is doing, by the way, okay?
Are innocently sold as a tool to help find stolen vehicles. In reality, it's a rapidly growing network feeding one database, searchable by virtually any police department paying for access. For any reason, they could keyboard jam into a text box.
Thoughts on this Flock camera being outside your home?
And not everyone is happy to see these cameras plastered all.
Granny didn't know, no way.
And not everyone is happy to see these cameras plastered all over America.
Law enforcement agencies across the country use AI-powered cameras to scan billions of vehicles each month, often without drivers even knowing they're being recorded.
One police officer is accused of using Flock safety cameras to search for a lover's location.
These drone videos shows officers approach him in the driveway and handcuff him in seconds. But they had the wrong man.
A 6-year-old was forced out of her car, down onto the pavement, and held at gunpoint. All because an AI-powered camera misread a license plate.
Sergeant Jamie Milliam came to my door, accused me of a $25 package theft.
Bro.
You know we have cameras.
Bro, okay. Alright. What about the politicians that are stealing 25 millions a day, gang? What about those niggas? Yeah, shove that Flock up their asses, homie. Like, what the hell?
Cameras in that town and you can't get a breath of fresh air.
Like the video if you agree, dislike if you disagree.
In or out of that place without us knowing, correct? Okay. You know we have cameras in that town and you can't get a breath of fresh air in or out of that place without us knowing, correct?
Okay.
This should scare every single person.
The American people are not someone who can be controlled.
It's called Flock for a reason.
Because I mean, guys, listen, bro. Like, regardless of where you at, bro, it's coming for all of us, bro. It's coming for all of us. Right now, they're saying that Flock is not available in Canada. It probably is. Okay, with another name, under another alias, another name or organization, whatever. It's coming. It's coming for all of us. So regardless of where you're watching this video from, we the people, we gotta unite together, gang. We gotta unite together and we gotta talk about it. They're turning the frogs gay. Remember that. Alex Jones said that for me. They're turning the frogs gay. It's a fact. They really are. I actually done an episode because studies came out and they say that the atrazine in the water was turning the frogs. It turned the frogs into male frogs capable of laying eggs into females. Deadass, I'm not playing around. I'm not joking. We've done a video on it already, and that's according to the studies, though. So you can look it up if you don't believe it, by the way. Or I can link you the video afterward, but check this.
Because they treat us like animals.
Yeah.
But do these cameras prevent crime, solve crime, or just record it? Can police departments be trusted with access to a growing network of over 100,000 plus cameras all over America? How often do these cameras make mistakes that put innocent people's lives at risk? Who's responsible when they do? And what exactly are we sacrificing our privacy for?
Exactly. Yeah. Private investigator.
While I investigate, I hired a private investigator to ensure the Flock CEO, Garrett Langley, wasn't committing any crime or cheating on his wife.
Yeah, like,
surely he won't mind sacrificing.
Yeah, shove that flock allegedly up his butthole or some crap like that. Garrett, Uncle Garrett, right? Yeah.
He wasn't committing any crime or cheating on his wife. Surely he won't mind sacrificing some privacy in the interest of public safety if he has nothing to hide.
I want eyes on him. Every move, every plate number, every address, every breath in 4K. Let's see how you like being spied on.
No way.
While the private investigator I hired is surveilling the CEO of Flock, let's go to the Flock capital of America, Houston, Texas, and see how they feel about these cameras.
Damn, I always hear nothing but good things about Texas, though. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the first video where they actually gonna destroy Texas' reputation like that in no dang diddly way.
Cameras all over their city.
Have you seen like these cameras everywhere tracking her?
I didn't even notice that. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, you didn't even notice that? We're just asking folks if they want more cameras or less cameras out here in Houston.
Less. Way less.
Way less?
Less.
Less?
Yeah.
Less.
It'll be more.
More?
More cameras.
More.
Mo. Cousin said Mo.
Probably more.
Yeah? And why?
Because I feel like if we have a record of everything, then there would be less, allegations going on and more proof.
Yeah, it looks like that he's talking from experience, though. I mean, listen, we talked about it prior. In a way, though, for example, worst case scenario, right? Let's just say your baby gets taken away from you. Horrible situation. I hope that never happens. I wish that on nobody, right? Like, that's such a horrible thing, right? With the help of these Flock cameras, they can find the bad guys and get you your kid back. That's amazing, right? Yeah, just think about it this way. But that's not what's happening right now. Maybe there will be scenarios where, some families are going to benefit from it. For example, like some worse happens to them. And because of with the help of these cameras, it's going to play in their favor. And whatever, let's just say if their kid was taken away and if the kid is returned with the help of the Flock camera and bad guys thrown behind bars. Oh, absolutely. W, right? Like, good story. And that's exactly what we want. But again, though, they're not putting these cameras to help the people, right? That's not what they're talking about. That's not what they're doing. But that's kind of like the sentiment from people that are unaware. And I mean, on paper, it sounds good, right? Like, they're going to record everything and then crime is going to go down. But let's see how this plays out.
Más cámaras? Would you prefer there are more cameras in the area? Yeah.
Less cameras, they don't help for anything, bro. That red light, I be passing it all the time, so I don't want no cameras here.
You don't want any cameras?
I mean, more cameras.
More cameras like this.
Yes.
I would probably say less, my personal opinion.
I would say less. I mean, I see a lot of them up already, man.
Yeah. We don't need any more.
I've seen them on the news. I'm like, I don't really care. Again, I don't think the amount matters. It's just what they're using it for, who's using it.
Do they make you feel safer or unsafe?
Unsafe.
It's debatable.
More safe.
Safe.
It could depend if they're actually going to do something, with the...
So it's kind of like 50-50, right? I want to know your take. Like, do you feel safe around these cameras watching you 24/7, or do you feel unsafe? Yeah, let's do like that poll real quick. Just put safe in the comments or unsafe, right? I'll know what you mean. We will, everybody will know how you, how you feel about it.
All the stuff that goes on downtown.
Sure. See, at nighttime, it's more safe.
More safer.
I feel like I'm being stalked, bro.
You feel you're being stalked?
Yeah.
Public-wise, yes. Finding somebody, yes. Abductions, yes.
Okay.
But like for traffic stops and tickets, then no.
Depending on where they're connected towards, like.
What if they're connected to some cop beating his meat looking at a photo of you?
No.
Goes down, do these cameras stop going down?
And not at all. You hardly even see police out here stopping stuff.
Okay.
Let's say.
Yeah, you feel like you're being stalked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Privacy's being invaded. That's.
I think it would be less safe because it's kind of invasion.
An invasion of your privacy?
Yeah, I mean, it's too much already.
Granny speaking facts.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter, man. I see a lot up already anyway, so.
We do not like being watched all the time, no.
I think there are two sides to it, you know, like obviously there are cases where it can help. And I think that those are good, but of course you have willingly letting the government kind of keep track of us. So I don't like the idea of just willingly giving in and letting the government, you know what I mean? It's like we're not even fighting at this point.
Yeah.
They just whether they
so essentially like worst case or I mean best case scenario, right? Like some robbery happens or some bad situation happens, and if they use these cameras to actually help, yeah, good. Absolutely good, right? To keep the streets safe. Amazing, but if they're just trying to like tippy-toe their way into your private life to get into you, pause on getting into you, but getting into you, yeah, that's where we're like, nah, let's just not do that crap, gang.
spy on us or not, at least before we didn't know, but now it's kind of like it's in our face.
Literally in your face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've kind of had mixed opinions about it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to use it the right way, yeah, sure, go ahead.
And do you feel like your privacy is being invaded at all?
No. Okay. Privacy is a human right, and I don't think that it should matter whether I have something to hide or not. I don't have anything to hide, but when I close the curtains in my house, I don't have anything to hide. I just don't want, I want privacy, which is a human right.
Same.
Honestly, no, I think if you're in public, man, and, anywhere, everyone's a streamer now, everyone walks around with cameras. Yeah, it's happening everywhere. So if you're in public.
So, I mean, to stop crime, seriously, crime is going to happen no matter what. I mean, I don't give what kind of security systems you have, it's still gonna happen.
I talked to the local,
and these suckers got like those solar panels, so the camera's never gonna run out of battery. Yo, hey, my camera acting up too. Whoa, my camera acting up too. A massive shout out, by the way, to Kristen, Jock Talks, Chill and Game, and Silver for becoming channel members on the channel, as well as the homie Harold and Hope for and Susan and Glenny Rizla. Yo, big pulls on Glenny Rizla out there. That name sounds kind of funny ass username. And yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, man, with the super thanks, the tips, you being here, and all that. Appreciate the love, gang. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Hey, let's get back to the content here. Boo boo, check this.
Locals in Houston. I was surprised at how many people simply didn't care if there were cameras watching them.
If they're using them properly and actually we're stopping crimes, and I could see some metrics where, man, crimes are being stopped, then maybe I could maybe say yes.
Given that flock cameras were all over the city, the answer is surely supported by data and hard-hitting facts, right?
We got a camera right here. We got a flock camera right here. We have.
It might sound bad, but so far, based off of everything, it seems like that China actually got a good system going with the surveillance, right? Because motherfuckers here in America, we're hearing like cops are spying on their ex. They're trying to see like who cheating on who. So they're like they're not trying to solve crimes. They're actually using it in their own ways and then getting shit wrong too. Like we saw the family of like a 6-year-old, right? Like a family, 6-year-old kids held at gunpoint. And we found out that they did nothing wrong. So you got situations like that. Ooh, yeah, that's serious.
Camera right there. Camera right there. Another one. We are in the surveillance state, whether we like it or not. Rest assured, when you take your little ones to the park, we know you're here. Houston is living in a surveillance state. There are cameras literally everywhere. Are we any better than China?
Yeah.
We got 2 flock cameras literally pointed in the same direction. Does it make you feel safer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you want more of your tax dollars going towards these cameras?
Yes, sir.
In order to truly answer the question and see whether people are actually paying for safety or paying to feel safe, I met up with the most notorious criminal defense lawyer in Houston.
Or maybe it's one of those things too, right? That because there are cameras there, whether they work or not, obviously they're working, but hypothetically, right, like for an example, let's just say the camera is not working, but it's still there. Now, if a person is walking by and he's looking to do crime, he's gonna like look around, right? Look around. Oh my God, there's a camera watching me, so let's not do the crime today. I'll come back tomorrow. Or they will think, you know what I mean, right? It might actually stop. So in a way, it can help in that way, right? In that way. But obviously, I'm not in the favor of the cameras, though, because they ain't trying to help the public, though. I get that is very much clear. Unless and I want them to actually come out with data. And if they come out with data, actual data, not like numbers out of their asshole, but if they come out with actual numbers showing that this is actually helping and crime is going down, then good. Then let's maybe keep them up.
To see how these cameras are being used in court.
You work with some of the most violent criminals in Houston.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Since the introduction of flock cameras, have you seen a noticeable reduction in violent crime?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I've seen actually more people come into my office, and it's great for business. I've been seeing that there's an allegation of like a murder that would happen, and they would say that the getaway driver or the defendant was in that vehicle, and that vehicle was going up 45 highway. From 45 highway, it goes to I-10, pretty much just following it and just putting the pieces together to say that this is the person that committed that murder. It's just another tool that they use to try to show that there's a higher chance that my client is the one who committed that crime. I've seen them use it a lot. It's another tool that they have along with DNA. It's another tool they have along with surveillance videos from private entities like people's houses.
Is it helping prosecute your clients more often or less often?
I mean, it can provide damaging evidence in some cases. They definitely haven't made it harder. If anything, they have helped our cases. Personally, I don't like the invasion of privacy, and I think they should go away.
It makes it easier when there's footage that I can use, and that's in any aspect of the law, right? It makes that footage also can make it harder when people are trying to hide footage, right? But it depends on who you're representing.
Okay.
So.
And if it helps our case, we can use it. If it doesn't help our case, then nobody else will really know that we obtained it in the first place.
Ultimately, I think if the focus is the safety of an individual and it doesn't spiral, then that's great. The problem is we're humans. Things spiral.
But the problem is, there is no independent peer-reviewed study showing that
speaking facts.
Flock reduces crime. The strongest research saying Flock solves crime is a white paper written by Flock using Flock's own data. And in their own paper, Flock admits that
we investigated ourselves and we found no crime.
The core question of whether these crimes otherwise would have remained unsolved in the first place was never tested. And that question, in their own words, is unlikely to be solved at scale via quantitative analysis. Translation, the proof doesn't exist. And by
we investigated ourselves and there was no wrongdoing.
Their own account, it may never. The strongest independent evidence for ALPR technology closing cases is a 2019 study of a different company's cameras, which found clearance gains for auto theft and robbery that were not statistically significant once researchers controlled for other factors. The authors themselves said further assessment was needed. That's it. That's the evidence selling an estimated 100,000 plus cameras.
And the map, if you look at the map and these like on the map, you see the locations of all these cameras. Dang, bro, you can look at first, I thought that was the map of Pokemon Go, though, where you can go around and collect these Pokemons, but we ain't talking about collecting these Pokemons, gang. Like,
in fact,
this is
in the same years Flock cameras went up across Houston, HPD was found to have suspended more than 264,000 case reports under a code, meaning they lacked the personnel to investigate them. Meaning the city was pouring money into technology to detect crime while lacking the manpower to investigate it. Yup, Houston spent $6.39 million over.
They could have given that money to me. They could have given that money to you, bro. Like they could have they could have used that money for good. But nah, man, these suckers are stealing taxpayer money and doing that crap.
4 years on these cameras, with $3.94 million of it coming out of the general fund. The same fund that pays the investigators to solve the crimes that were left suspended.
Do you think there will be a world in which technology like Flock in the future puts you out of business entirely? That there is so much evidence collected with sensory technology, which the case is perfectly built in 4K. The jury just...
It's coming for all of us, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be interesting hearing his response, but as somebody I'm not an attorney, right? I would suspect, like, if this keeps on going at this rate, Yeah, like maybe a decade from now, I think there will always be a need of attorneys. I think, especially for like complicated cases with evidence that is being tampered with and this, that, the other. But I guess for like the normal, like the very like sub level, or is that how you say it? Like the base level? Let's just say, right? The easy to solve crimes. Yeah, the judge would see the flock camera footage. Yep, oopsie daisy, you've done the crime. Now you're gonna do the time, or you're gonna pay the fine, right? So I think for the base levels, crimes or suspected crimes allegedly, those are gonna be solved just like that, or I guess wouldn't need to like there wouldn't be no need for attorneys on that one, I guess.
Has to watch it and they can see the whole story unfold.
No, it's not.
Why not?
It's not, because everything's still dependent on arguments. There are other defense attorneys, I'm not going to name them, but some of them, because you would just look at the overwhelming evidence and say, you know what, dude, you might as well take a plea because we're going to lose, which I don't do that. I think differently than other defense attorneys out there, and that's what they like about me. So I'm looking for more trials to go to that can include murder, raping, theft, arson.
And he's excited about it. Or I mean, like, that's his business, right? Like, he needs people doing the crime, so he keeps working to either, like, find out who's the bad guy or the good guy, right? I get it. But yeah, no, there are always going to be crimes that are, and cases that are going to be super complicated. So for that, you would definitely need the human touch. Unless, I mean, hundreds of years from now, then maybe not, but for now, like 10, 20, maybe even 50 years, we would always need attorneys for sure.
Child rape.
What happens when cameras like Flocks make mistakes, putting innocent lives at risk and accusing innocent people of crimes they didn't commit?
Yeah,
Let me introduce you to Robert.
Robert, what happened on the day of May 3rd?
On the day of May 3rd, I was on an extended work trip, 10 days to be specific, up in Jacksonville, and I was going over some of the work of the previous properties that we had finished, making sure that they were done correctly. And I did find some errors, and so I hop out of my vehicle and I noticed there's a police car behind me. Maybe he thought I was trespassing, I don't know. So I approached thinking maybe I'll clarify, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
And I go to the back of my vehicle. I was going to get my equipment as well as I walked up. I got to the back of our work truck, put a single hand on the vehicle when Deputy Anthony stepped out of his vehicle, gun drawn. He had his Glock.
F them Deputy Anthony's gang! Just joking, man. If any Deputy Anthony watching, salute. I know there gotta be some Deputy Anthonys that are actually doing the good work out there. So for the deputies that are doing the good work, salute to you. My genuine salute to you.
Drawn, vehicle, gun drawn. He had his Glock drawn. He had good
Flock and Glock.
Trigger discipline. It was pointed to the ground. It wasn't pointed directly at me, and that put me at ease a little bit. And I just wasn't sure what was going on, so I went into full compliance mode. Whatever he asked is what I gave. I'm not going to sit there and argue with a deputy, let alone one with a gun drawn. Takes me to the back of his patrol car, places me in the back seat. I notice several other deputies have now shown up. 2 female officers and 2 additional male officers arrive at the scene, and I don't really know what's going on. No one has spoken to me at this point, and I'm just waiting patiently for them to clear the vehicle and confirm that I am alone. And after, I'd say, 10-minute period, maybe 15 max, Deputy Anthony steps back into the car with me and asks me, or first he reads me my Miranda rights and says, do you want to waive your right to remain silent? I say yes, and I ask if I'm currently under arrest. And he says, no, you're currently detained. I ask, what is going on? And he says that the car has been reported stolen. And I said, well, I'm sure that's just a clerical error. I'm sure you guys will get this figured out.
Yeah.
He says, okay. He gets out. He has some discussion with the surrounding deputies. He gets back in the car and asks me more questions about the car. And he says something's just not making sense, and he's on his computer, and he's working through his computer when finally he shows me his computer. He's like, you know what, just take a look. This is where we're at and what is going on. He says, He showed me his computer. What exactly I'm looking at, I don't know. I'm not familiar with their systems or what they use or what programs they use. But he said, see right here where your name is green or your license plate is green. I don't know which one it was. A few minutes ago, it was red. And to which I replied, like, oh, it's updating in real time. Like, what is this? And he says, well, the system flagged you as someone who has stolen this vehicle. And now it's saying that your vehicle has not been stolen.
And Robert's not the only one.
And now it's showing that your vehicle is not being stolen. Yeah, false positives, I guess. And I think it's in the infancy stage, so it's learning and growing. And I guess over time it might not be making these mistakes, but still though, like, you cannot trust it, bro. That's insane. Like, so he gets stopped, guns drawn. Like Deputy Anthony put his Glock on the brother because he saw what the flock was telling him, so he flock and Glocked the brother out like that. Damn, that's crazy. And there are people, we've seen videos of, there are people that don't want to comply with the cops, all right? I always say, bro, like, yeah, if they held you at Glock point, you're held at a gunpoint, bro. You always, you don't want to argue it, bro. Like, you never know, just to be safe. But obviously, like, some people, like, they're like, hey, yo, like, how dare you actually point at me with a gun, right? Like, how dare you? I'm not gonna, like, I did not do the crime, so therefore I'm not gonna comply. Okay, like, but this brother was like, yeah, let me just comply. And thank God he did, because he didn't do anything wrong. Mistakes could have happened, and one shit could have went down, shit could have gone south. Thankfully it did not, and they found out that he was innocent. But yeah, man, this is to rely heavily on AI, not a good idea.
One victimized by this technology's margin of error, combined with police rushing to judgment.
Oh, another one of those cases?
Well, hi there. How are you doing? Doing so good it should be illegal. Is Krasana available?
She is. She's taking a nap right now.
Yeah, wake her up. Yeah, officer is like, damn, like he got a case built. Like, he is 100% certain that he in the right. So he's like, yeah, doing so good, it should be illegal. It should be illegal. Wake her up. She taking the nap. How dare she taking the nap? She should not be taking the nap. She should be in the jail.
Is Krasana available?
She is. She's taking a nap right now. Let's see if she can come out really quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Krasana, my name is Sergeant Jamie Milliman with the Columbine Valley Police Department.
Okay.
You know why I'm here?
No.
Nope.
Okay. You drive
She's not a psychic, though. She cannot read your mind, homie.
through the town of Beaumar quite often?
Nope.
You don't?
No, I work from home.
Okay. You know we have cameras in that town and you can't get a breath of fresh air in or out of that place without us knowing, correct?
Okay.
Okay. You say you don't drive there, but you've been driven through about 20 times this month?
Probably my husband or I.
Okay. But this is you, right?
Both of us, yes. We
Okay.
both drive the same vehicle.
Okay. So you have you're going to stand by, you don't know why I'm here?
I do know.
Okay. Okay. There was a theft of a package from 5245 Ridge Trail on Tuesday. Like I said, we have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing. You know the quality on the camera doorbell.
I definitely hate those Amazon package stealer thieves out there. Absolutely, I guess we all hate them, but it was not her.
Yep.
I've got that on my phone right now of you taking that package.
My name is Chrisanna Elser, and on September 27th, 2025,
I did not steal. Say that.
Sergeant Jamie Milliam came to my door accusing me of a $25 package theft.
$25 package?
Oh, man.
$25.
Robbery is robbery, but there are motherfuckers out there stealing 25 million a day, bro. More. Politicians. Flog that dang camera up their bumhole, gang. Like, what the hell? Like,
I was trying to figure out what was he talking about.
And did he have evidence of the theft?
Well, he claimed he's done it. Figure out what was he talking about.
And did he?
Yeah, nice forearm and brachialis development right there. Yeah, no, Officer Fit though, pulls on that one. But not like, yeah, I'm working on my forearms too, so that's neat. That's good.
You have evidence of the theft?
Well, he claimed he's done an extensive investigation on it, and he basically just showed me a picture of the truck going through the neighborhood.
And that was your truck?
And that was my truck. And that was the time I went through the neighborhood on Monday. He kept saying Tuesday, which added further confusion because my husband, again, our vehicle has cameras and my husband works at a security location. And so he said, I can prove that she didn't have the truck on Tuesday, so you're way off.
I have you on camera.
Okay.
You taking a package and walking away. Is there any reason why you would have done that?
Nope.
Do you know anyone that lives on Ridge Trail?
No.
Okay, well then I'll make this easy since you're just going to deny it. I'm going to issue you a summons that you'll be showing up in court in Jefferson County.
Well, can I see this video?
If you go to court, you can. If you're going to deny it, I'm not going to extend you any courtesy. If you're going to lie to me, I have you...
Bro, like, okay, at least show her the video. Let's look at it and let's talk. Let's see if it's really her or not.
Roughly 20 times this month alone. And here's when you left at 12.
That nice little logo of Flock there. Yeah, so the officer is confident as hell right now. Yeah, you did it. Flock is not lying. Flock is not wrong. Yeah, the officer is confident as hell.
09. That's when you left town.
Wait a minute.
Take a package. Well, there's no shushing. I don't need to be...
I need to know where this is. We have cameras on our truck, so we can show you exactly where we were.
I already know where you were.
Yeah.
I have it on camera. I have you on camera walking up, ringing the doorbell, taking the package, and literally running away. You on camera doing this. It is her. It is 100%. It is locked in. There is zero doubt. I know it's unbelievable to you. I get that. I get that this is a shock to you.
Well, he would not show me the picture of me accusing me of taking the package on there. And so that would have really cleared, I think, a few things up. So that was...
Okay, so now we're looking at the side-by-side. So that's a thief. That's not her, bro. Okay, so clearly it looks like that person has a tattoo. Does she? Okay, it looks like, okay, from this angle, does not look like she has a tattoo, right? And those ears are very perky too. Mascara, she ain't wearing mascara, but she can always wear mascara. Hard to say, but looks like the tattoo is a dead giveaway. It's not her.
A little concerning. And what was very much entertaining is that if he had done his proper due diligence at his own office, he probably would have saw that my truck was parked in front of the other Flock camera the entire time. But we're assuming he had to see in the vehicle at some capacity to see that I looked like that individual, because he was providing nothing else to say, oh, here I see you getting out of the truck, and here I see this person stealing. He didn't have any of that. He strictly had, this is your vehicle, and then this looks like you. Well, how did you put that together?
So this police officer is using Flock cameras to argue you committed a crime, and you have all of your own cameras to prove that you didn't commit the crime.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the Ring camera footage of the woman who actually stole the package, it is 1000% not you. You can easily see that.
Yes.
Yet he still thinks it is 100% you.
I'm sure he does. I mean, even I spent 2 weeks reaching out to the mayor, the town council, the supervisor, the chief of police, trying to get somebody to return my phone call. And we even went in person down there. And the town attorney came by, and he didn't want to hear from us either. And lo and behold, the very next day, he posted on the Neighbors app saying, can anybody give him more evidence on my truck in the area?
The officer posted it on the Neighbors app.
Yep, the Columbine Valley Police Department.
Is that legal?
I don't know. I guess he was collecting more evidence where I could have made his job way easier. People would have just contacted me back. I said to...
So, essentially, the officer was like, yep, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. There's no way I can be wrong. I'm not wrong. You are lying. You are wrong. So the officer couldn't be reasoned with. Yeah, it's like, dang. So we really relying on AI to the point where we believe it 100%. That's not good. That's not good. We know for the fact that AI make mistakes. I mean, humans make mistakes all the time, and AI is making a lot of mistakes right now. Let's be objective here. This is why you should never trust everything that like a bot, even a chat bot, right? ChatGPT and whatnot. You can use it as like an aid to kind of like help you out a little bit for sure, but never take the answers as like gospel, or never take the answers as like 100%. But the officer made the biggest mistake of taking it for 100%, and he's like, he don't even want to bend, pause. Like the officer is not even looking to bend at all. He's like, locked and loaded. This is it. You done the crime. You're the guilty one here.
Him, I said, we have evidence to provide to. He said, no, I'll see it in court. You can see the evidence I have when you go to court in 2 months.
Well, you have to appear for this.
Well, there's no way we can see this video or anything now.
If you go to court, you may.
Why can't we see it now?
Because you have not been honest with me, so I'm not going to extend you any courtesy of showing you a video when I don't need
But
to.
I can show you videos.
No, you cannot. I can show you.
Okay, show me that.
No, you're not being honest with me. You guys have a good afternoon.
Can a brother?
No, it was.
She's not gonna have a good afternoon after what you just said, officer. Dang. Can a brother perhaps? I guess we saw the video, but at that moment, yeah, he didn't want to let them see the video at all.
Exactly noon when it was stolen. Nothing gets in or out of the town without us knowing.
It sounds like he's flexing that they've constructed a panopticon.
Yeah.
He's
trying to play God right now. He's like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. We know you're wrong.
See you at all times, and they know your every action. How do you feel about that?
That's crazy, bro.
That's a little scary.
And
100%.
he comes up.
A little bit too scary, though, I would say.
And we have a short discussion. I'm like, how did this happen? And he said, it was something with our system. We have an issue with it. We shook hands. The deputies didn't actually leave, and I had to continue work at their location, within a few feet of them, in fact, and to which I overheard them having discussion about the issues they are having with this new system and why this may have happened. And what the surrounding deputy that he was asking this to said, well, one possibility is on the license plate it used an O instead of a 0 and flagged it, or his name is similar to the person we actually are looking for. I realized in that moment, oh, this isn't like a person had made a mistake. Their computer system had flagged me.
Ooh, like one of the biggest thing is like I and L, right? Especially minuscule and majuscule, or capital. Majuscules, that's like French, right? Yeah, I went to a French school here in Montreal. So minuscule and majuscule, là, ouais, c'est des colis, des tabarnak, là, ouais, c'est ma bas les couilles, bre. But no, here's the thing. So I, L, alphabets, right? I, L, capital letters, lowercase, they at times look the same. O, 0, D. From a far away, especially when you're looking through the camera and it's far away and you have to like zoom it in, the quality will deteriorate and you might think it says O when it says D. Or 0. You know, there are alphabets like that and numbers like that. So yeah, especially with the resolution, it might, yeah, that's a really solid point right there. So you cannot rely on that just yet, homie.
Anyway, I just want this solved. And then I spent the next 2 weeks, every single day I documented every time I called somebody to get somewhere to stop wasting everybody's time on
Exactly.
this.
So much time wasted, and like she's probably being worried about it and all that. Over $25 theft. I mean, theft is theft. Obviously, not trying to like underplay that, but again though, like bro, there are like politicians stealing 25 million plus a day. What about those suckers?
And why are you so concerned at this point?
Because it's your reputation. I
Exactly.
mean, I'm very fortunate. We've lived in our neighborhood for a while. I mean, we looked at our cameras. We saw quite a few of our neighbors go by. They, of course, seeing a police car in your neighborhood that doesn't normally see a police car, they probably were, what's going on there? Is
Yeah,
it
she definitely don't want everybody looking at her like she's an Amazon thief, Amazon robber right there. Oh my God, hide your packages, otherwise Auntie Cassie is gonna come to steal your package. She definitely don't want that. She don't want to be labeled as like an Amazon package stealer.
Dispute, or is something else going on? And thank gosh we'd lived here for a while, so we didn't have that stigma. But because that $25 package over the rest of my career, which I'm hoping would be a long one, thank the heavens above, I have a great employer. My boss saw some. I reached right out to her. I said, hey, here's the situation. She said, yeah, I have to let my other people know, HR, all them. And she's like, I can't say what's going to happen, but I sent her all the evidence so that they could see it and be like, hey, it's very clearly not her. This isn't just accusatory. And she said, I don't know if they're going to do, administrative leave or anything like that, because we don't know. It's an open criminal case at the moment. And thank goodness everybody saw it and said, are you kidding me? That is not you.
Do you support flock cameras?
Clearly,
Nope.
I am very in favor of surveillance, privately owned. And I think anybody in this nation will sign a release saying, hey, we're looking for a lost child. Can we have all the digital evidence from this time to this time? Everybody would be like, here, take everything you want and everything you can get. I don't care if you're surveilling me to find that child. But the fact that...
I mean, in like a perfect world, they would use this tech. Obviously, I'm against it. I'm not not saying like they should. It's invasion of privacy and it's getting shit wrong, and people are people, right? We're all motivated by different things, so some people are motivated by like nefarious and evil reasons, so you definitely cannot trust it, right? Yeah, exactly, right? You cannot trust it. But in a perfect world, these cameras would allow the police and the law enforcement to use it as like a supplement, like as an aid, right? You're like, okay, you look at the video, okay, now let's analyze, right? Let's see if this can help us solve the case. Not like, yo, aha, it's 100% you. When you can see the video, it's not her, right? This could be used as a supplement, as an aid, but they're using it and they're trying to play God, and they're couple that up with their motivations, which might not be good. Let's be real. It's a recipe for disaster.
That they can just go around and start doing criminal investigations and come so accusatory, they kind of made a bad stand on it.
Now, when Flock isn't being used by police to accuse innocent people of committing crimes, it's sold as a tool to HOAs and police departments to recover stolen vehicles and help solve crime. But how is it actually being used by the federal agencies using them either indirectly or directly? I met up with a DEA task force officer to understand how federal agencies access Flock by working together with local law enforcement. How long have you been aware of Flock and ALPR cameras?
Several years now. I mean, it's probably been myself over 4. DEA's biggest use for Flock cameras would be through the use of hot lists and tracking vehicles across the country. The DEA knows of a vehicle that might be used for narcotics trafficking or cash smuggling. Just like with any LPR camera, it can be tracked whenever it gets alerted and hits an LPR camera, just like it would be used by any other law enforcement agency. It's an example everyone can understand. A homicide occurred and a witness grabbed the license plate of the offending vehicle. That license plate can be put into a hot list in Flock, and every time that vehicle drives past the Flock camera, a law enforcement could be alerted.
Throughout your experience, what is an approximate rate of error you've observed?
I would say probably around 5% maybe. It's not a perfect program, but it is up to the user to do their due diligence. It could interpret an E as an F. It could mistaken, numbers that could look like a letter or vice versa. Depending on the quality of the picture that it captured, because...
Yeah, he said it perfectly. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like 1 I, L, O, D. These are the letters, an E and F, right? These letters, W might be interpreted as double V's. Exactly. So misinterpretations can definitely happen.
There's also different...
Z as 5 or number 2, right? Like, we can like sit here and talk about it all day, but...
different factors in play, like weather, lighting conditions.
Is there a number count of how many police investigations have used Flock in any capacity?
I would probably say 75 to 80%.
But things get a bit more sinister when you realize these aren't just license plate readers. I pulled the Flock search logs from Wheaton, Illinois, a tiny 55,000 person suburb, and examined over 10,000 searches. The median search searched across more than 1,100 networks and nearly 16,500 cameras. That's right, a small town officer running a routine traffic infraction wasn't checking a local camera. Nope, they were querying a nationwide surveillance grid. And 1 in 8 of those searches never even used the license plate at all. They just described the vehicle's characteristics. Like when an officer typed pickup, Ram, silver gray. That's not a plate reader. That's an AI-enabled search engine. And the only justification an officer needs to run a search is nothing at all. In Wheaton's logs, 89 searches ran with the reason field left blank. Flock is a massive surveillance network that runs entirely on the honor system. With great power comes great responsibility.
I didn't know,
as Uncle Ben once said,
this was happening until I was the victim of it. For example, we had to vote to legalize marijuana here in Florida, but there was no vote to legalize the mass surveillance of people with AI cameras.
I think that's a great point. How helpful is Flock?
Very helpful, Flock. Typically, it does lead to positive outcomes for cases that we wouldn't be able to solve without flock itself. Hopefully that's the type of news that should be shared. I would say the biggest example recently is the shooting Austin had, the mass shooting, and then they were able to obviously capture the offender because of flock. Flock obviously read the plate and led law enforcement in the right direction. And you basically reach out to anyone that has a flock account, and then you kind of get what you need and you ask for what you need. It's quite that simple. Yeah, as long as your home agency continues to purchase flock and pay for it, we won't have access to it.
And that's because you're a task force agent, right?
Yes.
Do you guys ever obtain flock data without a warrant? Do you guys need a warrant to request information from flock? How does that work?
Flock LPR cameras are faced towards public roadways and public highways. The Fourth Amendment doesn't apply on the public road, so there is no morgue needed.
It's because there is no reasonable expectation of privacy.
Crazy.
Let me give you an example. Tyler walking out of his house wearing this. He doesn't have a reasonable expectation of privacy of keeping this shirt private. However, if he has drugs in his pocket and he puts it in there, there's a reasonable expectation of privacy inside of these pockets. There's a reasonable expectation of privacy inside of the trunk of his car. There's a reasonable expectation of privacy in certain places that you would believe it is. And if there isn't, there's ways for me to show that there is a reasonable expectation of privacy. And if the cops get that evidence to show that, oh, well, this can lead to the murder, I'll say, I don't care about that. All I care about is, did you violate my client's rights? If you violate my client's rights, you could not use this piece of evidence against him in court.
No warrant is needed, but permissions. I'm sticking it for that private business because that is their private property.
So if someone is flogged on, let's say, your flock account, can that be used as probable cause?
No.
No. So when we hear these like stories of people using, let's say, a screenshot of flock as their probable cause, is that just sloppy policing? What's your perspective?
So that's just circumstantial evidence, putting a vehicle near the scene of a crime, in the ideal world would help an investigation, but obviously that's only one part of it.
But the thing is, the Fourth Amendment exists because British officers could search any home they wanted without naming who they suspected or why. So us Americans wrote a rule: suspicion first and then the search. What Flock is built.
So now it's like going backwards. So now America's going backwards with that, or the policymakers going backwards with the use of flock.
It records everyone, stores it, and lets police decide later who they're interested in. The exact power the Fourth Amendment was written to take away. While law enforcement and some lawyers will tell you there's no expectation of privacy.
1984, George Orwell.
In public, and that under decades of Fourth Amendment precedent, a camera on a pole isn't searching you, it's just watching you.
You never think it's going to happen to you,
Yeah.
What are the odds that happens to one of approximately 400 million Americans just doing their job? You never think it's going to happen to you until it does. And since it did happen to me, the only perspective I can give is, like, if it's happening to me, it's happening to somebody else. Where there's one, there's two. Where there's two, there's more.
I'm just worried that it will just create this, we know exactly where you are every single moment. There's no ambiguity, which is great in the sense of crime, but not in the sense of just life. Like if you're not feeling well and you call into work, there's now going to be a system where your work can call in and say, well, is she really not feeling well? Did she leave her house? Let me see the camera on her house. Oh, there she's getting in the car. She looks well.
Yo, could you imagine? I mean, I can definitely imagine that. They would like, you gotta have. We saw the flock camera right outside of your house, and we saw that. We saw how happy you were not coming to work that day. It clearly did not look like that you were sick. Yeah, I can definitely imagine that, bro. Yo, could you? That's crazy.
Enough to me, kind of thing. So now it becomes this whole kind of thing. I mean, same thing with any infidelity or anything. It'd be like, well, I'm going to a friend's house, and really you're going somewhere else. Or
and people should have the right to cheat on their spouses without being spied on by Big Brother.
Exactly. Yep.
Bro. Okay. No.
Should the American people be afraid of flock?
Yes.
No. Yes. I can't think of a single outcome why an everyday American citizen that obviously will use the police when they're a victim of a crime should be afraid of a tool that is just a tool for law enforcement to try to help solve certain crimes that they might not be able to solve without flock. There are obviously bad apples, and there's been some examples of misuse of flock, but that is by the user.
Obviously, right? Obviously. Let's see the misuse here. Sherwood stop sparked after flock camera misread plate by one letter as stolen. Exactly. Second Milwaukee officer charged with using flock cameras for stalking. Yeah, exactly, right? Like the cameras are not the problem. It's the people behind that, the power. You are giving this power to the wrong people, right? Ex-Georgia sheriff's deputy charged with stalking illegally using license plate data releases. He didn't commit a crime, but flock cam alerts keep getting him pulled over. Dang.
That is by the user, not by the program itself. The data that's being used is for police agencies and law enforcement to help solve crimes for everyday people. It's not being sold to big brothers or anything like that.
You said the feds do not have access to flock?
No.
They don't? Not even indirectly?
Well, yeah, indirectly, I would say, yes, obviously people within the federal government can have access to it and use it for the right purposes. But most recently, there are pilot programs being run by Flock for federal agencies where they will have direct access to Flock.
Yeah. Let's actually, I want to see this. So apparently we had this. Yo, let's check this one out. So apparently shout out to Tyler Oliveira, obviously. So Tyler is gonna be filming a man that is about to deflog. By the way, this is not recommended. You should not be watching this video and doing this. But it's funny and it's crazy that how like he's documenting, right? He's documenting
out of the ground, dismantling the flock camera. Why is your method as follows?
Super fast, super efficient. This thing is super handy.
What car's coming your way over here? Okay, he's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it. Uh-oh.
Okay, he's going in. The deflocking process has begun.
Damn, he's climbing up like a monkey right now. This is not recommended, by the way.
He's going in for the cable.
You see like how he jumped on and tried like cutting and everything, masked up and all that. This is not recommended. You should not be doing that. Yeah.
Crack, snackle, pop. Light off. Another one down. Cable clipped, duct tape on the camera. It's attempting to do its IR blink, but it is struggling.
I think that might be the flock camera over there on that street light.
Oh, right over there? Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
He's documenting. Yeah, Tyler's
Can
just
he climb the pole?
right?
Look at that thigh grip.
Yup. Pause.
He's going in for the flock.
So he's getting...
Tape is on.
He is like an actual Spider-Man to the community out there, right? Helping the community, allegedly. And also getting some workout done. So he climbing. Yeah, he's getting a workout in too.
It's over.
Burning
Flock
calories,
number 3.
burning calories, and helping the community, allegedly.
This will be 3 flocks in one night. This cable looks a little bit thicker.
Yeah. Whoa. Deflock.
And the cable has been clipped.
Escape the Matrix.
As fast as they came, they disappeared into the night.
I think
not recommended.
More people should fight for what they think is right and, you know, stand up against the evil in whatever way they can. You know, I know a lot of people can't do what I'm doing. A lot of people have jobs and lives they can't risk, but, you know, in any way you can help, I think people should, yes.
There is no sacrifice of liberty being taken place because a camera being placed on public roadway is capturing your vehicle being taken to your job at Walmart. So I would say there are real concerns in this country right now, and I think this would fall at the very bottom of the list.
So you're saying to that Walmart employee watching, get your money up before you worry about getting flocked?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I feel like technology like this is making us look like our adversaries, and we live in a country where we talk about freedom and liberty, and we live in the best country in the whole entire world, and I'll stand on that all day long. I love our country. It's just unfortunately not the same country that I grew up in.
People will say, well, Flock help solve crime. To what extent and at what cost?
It doesn't really bother me too much unless they're like right up in my face and they're like, they can see my pubes. Like that's where I get really like worried. Sometimes when they gain power, the momentum keeps growing and it grows and grows and grows. And so we, the people, have to do whatever we can to stop it. So it's like a tight line of where we can see the intent is there, but sometimes when the government grows too big and grows too strong, then they might take it a step further and say, well, maybe there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in your house.
Yeah, great video. Great video. Shout out to Tyler Oliveira. And I'm not sure if you guys saw this or not, but AI finds out that nobody is watching him. And then he does exactly what the experts warned. Check out this video on the screen and I'll see you there. This is a crazy one.